Nicki Minaj is letting it be known, do not fuck with her. After someone called the police to her home 3 different times for no actual emergency, just for the police to show up thinking something's wrong, all to come to find out, someone placed a prank phone call, what they call swatting. You better believe we're going to talk about it. Welcome back to Damien After Dark. If you're new here and you have not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and also click the bell as well, the little bell button below, and turn on your post notifications so you never miss a beat. Also, make sure you support the channel by clicking the thumbs up button right below this video down there. I'd appreciate that support. There are also ways that you can donate to the channel. I will put those ways in the description box below this video as well. And I appreciate every one of you who are so generous to support. Last but not least, join the conversation. I want to hear what you got to say about this story regarding Nicki Minaj and her home being swatted multiple times. Well, over the summer, someone has called the police to Nicki Minaj's home 3 times. They call the law, they pretend to be Nicki, they say X, Y, and Z. I'm going to tell you all the 3 things that they pretended was going on at Nicki's house and why the police were called. But the most important part of this story is Nicki was quiet the entire time this happened. The blogs were talking about it, fans were talking about it on social media, but she didn't really come out and say much until recently when an arrest warrant was issued for the person who was allegedly making these swatting prank phone calls. Now, I'm gonna show you guys some screenshots, some different things like that of what Nicki said regarding this. But I'm guessing over the last few months, over the summer, she hasn't really been saying anything because she's been preparing this case or getting this legal matters in line. You know, the sheriff's department, they were involved, everyone's involved getting a warrant in place for this person that did this. Now, I'm going to read you guys something from this blog that I found. I've never heard of them before. They're actually a gaming blog because apparently this swatting thing that happens is really popular amongst gamers and live streamers. So if you're a really popular gamer or a live streamer, typically these are the type of people who get swatted. They get these fake police calls to their house. The site is called, I like to cite my sources. The site is called Kotaku, KOTAKU.com, okay? And it says gaming reviews, news, tips, and more. Nicki Minaj swatted an apparent prank for the 3rd time this year, okay? So this is what I'm going to read you guys first, and then we're going to get into the warrant that happened. So it says this also be mindful, this article was from July 31st. It says this past weekend, police showed up to musician Nicki Minaj Los Angeles home in what's being called a swatting prank that's commonly used against gamers and live streamers. TMZ reports. Now, according to TMZ, the San Fernando Valley Police Department County Sheriff deputies arrived at Minaj's $19.5 million farmhouse with lights and sirens blaring on July 29th. Now, can you imagine if you hadn't made a police call and the police pull up in your yard with lights and sirens blaring? It's going to freak you the fuck out. Like, what's happened? What's happened? I can only imagine what she was feeling, right? Now, law enforcement explained that a person dialed 911 claiming someone was shot at Nicki's home, leading police to rush to the scene. When the police arrived and saw no shooting victims, they deemed it a prank phone call. Minaj wasn't happy to see deputies again, especially since this was the 3rd time this had happened to her this year. So the 3rd time that this happened was just last month in July. And now they're finally, I think with this 3rd time, I guess it was the same person that did it. And they were like, okay, enough's enough. Let's find this person. Now in June, TMZ reported that someone called the cops on Minaj and claimed her child was being abused. 24 hours later, police received another 911 call that the alleged rapper's house was on fire. How sick do you have to be? It's one thing to play a prank on someone, do a prank phone call, or I guess get the police into someone's house, but to say like their child is being abused or their home is on fire, like that's fucked up. That's dark. That's like some dark evil shit for somebody. What are you like? First of all, I'm thinking this is somebody that's underage. Because what adult is doing this? And if an adult is doing this, they're mentally ill or they just absolutely have no life at all. Like, where's your job? Where are your friends? Where are your family? Where's your love in your life? Like, why are you focused on doing something like this? And then to do it and think that you're going to get away with it with no repercussions, that the police can't trace your phone and figure out where you are. That's what baffles me. It's the stupidity of it all. I can deal with a lot of things, but I cannot deal with stupid. And that's just what this was stupid. I mean, okay, I could see maybe if you did one prank call and you didn't do something as much as an emergency. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do anything like saying, my child's being abused, the house is on fire. Like, that's just too dark. I could see maybe if they did a prank phone call and said, hey, I'm sick, I need the police. I don't know, something like that. Even to have the police out there is dangerous because we know the history in this country of what happens to black and brown people when the police is called. Do we need to get into that? We don't need to get into that. We know, we've seen it. It's been plastered across our TV and our phone screens for summer after summer after summer after year after year after year. So, and I don't think people realize that. Some people don't realize that when you do things like that, a prank to this black woman's home, you're perpetuating this. You're perpetuating these actions that can sometimes turn violent and deadly. So it's not funny. It's not. Like, it's one thing to say, oh, her child's being abused and the house is on fire. Like, that's dark enough. But then when you really look at it, when you really look at the layers of it, it's fucked up and it's sick and it's twisted. Now, police deemed that both of the instances, the house being on fire and the child being abused, were both swatting pranks. At the time, Minaj said that she had hired lawyers to make sure that those responsible were exposed and held accountable, which it looks like they were, and we're going to get into that. But first, let's get into this. Swatting is a dangerous form of prank. Notice they said dangerous. Swatting is a dangerous form of prank that started in the early 2000s but rose to prominence in the mid-2010s with the internet boom. It involves someone calling the cops, typically on a live streamer, with the goal of getting a large police response to show up at a particular person's address. I'm gonna tell y'all, if that ever happened to me, I have such PTSD from the police. If you've watched my past videos, I may have talked about it, touched on it a little bit, about my childhood and dealing with police and police raids, police busting in your home late at night. So this is so fucked up on so many levels, because you never know what somebody's response is going to be to the police bum rushing their home, and you also don't know what the police's response is going to be to the person that's been called upon, as I just said. Now, it says a variety of live streamers have been subjected to this form of harassment, including trans political commentator Keffels, Just Chatting broadcaster Kai Cenat, and the Streamer Awards creator QT Cinderella. I don't know who any of those are. Maybe y'all do. Not only does this dangerous prank waste police resources, in some cases, it's even resulted in an unfortunate loss of life. See? Y'all be trying to be cute and do little dumb shit like this, and it results in some damaging shit. That's not only, like, because imagine if somebody loses their life. The person that created the SWAT phone call, you're going to prison for manufacturing all this shit. It's also a criminal offense with folks who engage in the prank potentially facing multiple years in prison, large fines, and any other applicable penalties. Now, let's fast forward to, now this was, this summer, like I said. Let's fast forward to now. Let's fast forward to now. So Nicki took to her Twitter yesterday. Nicki took to her Twitter yesterday to let her fans and the world know that whomever this was that was behind these swatting prank phone calls, that they had figured out who it was, and a warrant has been issued, okay? So this is from TMZ. Nicki Minaj is declaring victory after falling victim to a swatting prank. Cops have an arrest warrant out for the suspect allegedly behind the calls. The rapper went on social media Wednesday and called out a woman named Stephanie Bell, who Nicki is accusing of making swatting calls to her San Fernando Valley home. So this is what Nicki posted, and I'm going to put it up here on the screen for y'all. And we can read it together. Nicki says, I don't know why this tweet cracked me up. I think because I read it in Nicki's voice, and I could tell she was probably so serious when she said it. Because, I mean, it is serious. But it's just like I can imagine her going off and saying this. Like how she put Stephanie Bell, period. Like, I don't know. I don't know why it's funny to me. Stephanie Bell. Okay, let me start over. I'm going to read it like I think she would. Stephanie Bell, a warrant is in the system. Great detective work. So grateful. The DA filed 1 count for the swatting call and 1 for the false report to the DCFS. To God be the glory. Well, there you have it. Stephanie Bell, you was in danger, girl. And when I say that, I mean that. And not only in the way of the law, you in danger, but you in danger because of them barbs out there, because them barbs ain't playing, child. Now, let me tell y'all why. I went immediately, and I'm like, okay, Stephanie Bell. Get my little phone out. Go to Instagram. Punch Stephanie Bell in there. See a few pages. I'm clicking on each one of these pages of Stephanie Bell that I find. These poor girls, the ones that are innocent, the ones that are not the real Stephanie Bell, you go to their pictures, the barbs are already there. Are you Stephanie Bell? Are you the one threatening the queen? Are you the one that's swatting the queen? So I had to join in. I'm like, let me see if I can find Stephanie Bell. Now, of course, I'm not one of those fans that spew vitriol, but I'm like, let me go see. So I'm going to different pages. Are you Stephanie Bell? Hey, are you the Stephanie Bell that swatted the queen? Granted, if we found the correct Stephanie Bell, she's not going to tell us if she's the one, even though the police know. The police know. The gig is up, Steph. You're the one that were responsible for these 3 swatting phone calls that you did over the summer. I don't know if she'll get jail time out of it. I guess it depends on her history, her criminal history, if she has any. If she's never been in trouble before, she'll probably get a slap on the wrist, maybe some probation, fines, community service, some stuff like that. But if she's got a criminal record or is on probation or any sorts of things like that, she's going to do some time for this. Because like they said, you're wasting police resources, putting people in danger. Lives have been lost, you know what I'm saying? And 2, here's another instance. Like, what if the police showed up to okay, imagine you being at home in bed, 1 o'clock in the morning, you're just now sleeping sound. The police, like, surround your home, bust in the door because they think somebody's being murdered, and you think an intruder's there, and you start bop, 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 bop. And then the police is bop, 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 bop. They're shooting back, and now you got somebody dead over a prank phone call. Like this part, Stephanie Bell, I hope you are young. You better be young, because if you are in your 20s or 30s, if you're an adult, it's sad. Like, do you really hate this woman this much to do this? Like, it truly is sad. I don't know. What do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about this whole swatting incident? And what do you think will happen to Miss Stephanie Bell? Do you think that she will do some time? Are you guys worried that the Barbs are going to come after her? Because look, these fans online, they crazy and they do detective work. They ain't got nothing else to do. They be at home Googling who you are, looking up where you work, the last place you ate at, who your family is, what kind of car you drive, what street you live on. They be finding this shit out. Before you know it, your life is over. The power of the internet, baby. The power of the internet. Anyway, that's all I wanted to share with you guys regarding this story. I would love to hear from you on what you thought about it. So make sure you join the conversation and get in that comment section below so we can talk and chat it out amongst ourselves when it comes to this story. I want to hear from you regarding it all. Make sure you also support the channel and click the thumbs up button. Like this video. When you like this video, YouTube shares it out throughout the YouTube community so more people like yourself can find the video. You can also support by donating. You can donate by leaving a super chat. I also have PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo, and Zelle. I will put all that information in the description box below if you want to do that. I appreciate those who do. I appreciate those who like, those who comment, those who watch, even if you're simply watching it. I appreciate you guys so much. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you turn on your post notifications so you never miss a beat. We'll see you next time on Damien After Dark. See ya.